Hey guys, so today I thought I would film an everyday makeup routine. It takes me like 20 minutes to a half hour to do this. I know it might seem like a lot of makeup to you guys, but it's just kind of the normal for me. It has been like 2 years since I filmed, so I may be a little rusty, but it was my junior year, I think, the last time I filmed a video, and it was super stressful with college applications and all that stuff. But I'm actually going to be a sophomore in college this upcoming fall, which is kind of crazy how fast time goes, right? But yeah, this is just my everyday makeup routine. Sorry, my hair is a little crazy. It was just in a bun. Yeah. Okay, let's get to it. So I'm first going to start off by priming my face, and I use the Hangover RX Primer by Too Faced. I really like this because it's really hydrating for my dry skin. Also, I prime with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, just kind of where I have larger pores, like in my cheeks, my nose, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. So I take like that much. I just like rub it in my fingers, and then I just press it into my skin. And then the last step I like to do for priming is just I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Like I said, I have dry skin, so it's just kind of like really refreshing. So for foundation, I really like to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I really like it, and I feel like it's like really similar to my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, but this one's a lot cheaper and it like works the same, and I really like the finish that it gives on the skin. So I'm going to be mixing these two colors, 202 and 203. I'm a little tan right now, although you can't really tell, but so I'm just going to be mixing those two colors. I usually shake them before, and then I just dot it all over my face. I know this looks a little light, but like my skin is really red compared to like the rest of my body. I mean, my face is really red compared to the rest of my body. It just has always been like that, so you just want to make sure your foundation matches your neck. Also, I really like this foundation because it leaves a really dewy finish, and it leaves the skin looking really hydrated. And I just use a beauty blender thing for my foundation. This is just like the L'Oreal sponge. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I feel like it's really dense. Also, it's like really broken, but we're gonna ignore that for now. But it does the job. So I just pat, pat, pat. So next, for just everyday makeup, I will put on concealer, and I use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, I think, and this is in the color 15 Fair. Now, I put my concealer basically just in the high points of my face where the light would naturally hit, so underneath my eyes, obviously, and then like the bridge of my nose, my chin, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead, just to balance everything out. And then right after my concealer, I will set it with a loose powder. This is Chanel's Natural Finish Loose Powder in Translucent. I like this a lot, and comparing it to the Laura Mercier one, I just feel like it's not as dry. So I'll just go in with my damp Beauty Blender still. Not Beauty Blender, L'Oreal sponge. And I'll just dip it in to the powder. Kind of tap off the excess. And I'll have like that much, and then I'll just look up and set under my eye, really pressing it into the skin. And I feel like this leaves just such a nice finish. And I'll do it with the other eye. I'll do this wherever I put powder, so like on my chin, my nose, my forehead. And I kind of just let the rest of my makeup set, and like the foundation I put on before, and I will move on to my eyes really quick. So what I do is I just curl my lashes. Take a little bit of eyeshadow, like a brown color, just for some definition. And I'm just going in with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I've been obsessed with this palette. I like can't put it down. And I'll just go in with Golden Ochre, which is this, it's kind of like a yellowy brown. And I'll just put it into my crease really lightly. Let me zoom you guys in. So I'm just going to line my top line. And then I'll just go in with some lash primer. I use this every single day. I've been using this since like the 7th grade, and I'm going to be a sophomore in college, so it's been a while. I use the MAC Prep and Prime lash. Looks like this. And I just coat my lashes lightly with this. Now I'm going back in with the translucent powder, and I'm going to take a Real Techniques face brush, I think. Powder brush. And I'm just going to set the rest of my face with powder where I didn't put powder before. So now that my face is set, I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I'm using the Hoola Benefit bronzer. And I'm just going to take a Sephora brush. This is number 55. And I'm just going to swirl my brush in, tap off the excess. I'm just going to bronze up my face a little. So on my forehead, by the temples. And then I'm just going to bronze up my cheeks. So now I just like, I have a little bit of color back into my face. And now I'm just going to contour a little bit. I use the shade Light palette by Kat Von D. And I use this NARS Eda brush. You can use any kind of like smaller, I don't know, any brush will work really, but not like a big powder brush. And then I'm just going to use this color since it's more cool toned. And then I'm going to do a little bit on my temples, because I have a little bit of a big forehead. So now that just kind of chiseled out my cheeks a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with blush, and I tend to like use different, like 2 different ones on a daily, but, and like just mix the colors. But I'm just going to use MAC's Melba. And I always start in the back and bring it forward. And I bring it up just a little bit on my forehead and on the sides of my nose, just because I don't want to look too like pale there. And then for my favorite part, I'm going to go in with some highlighting, and I'm going to be using Laura Geller's Gilded Honey, and I'm going to go in with the Anastasia A23 highlighting brush. I'm just going to take it, put it at the tops of my cheekbones, and then around, like right above my eyebrow. And then the same for this side. And then around. And then I like to take highlight down my nose. And also I take my finger and put it a little bit above my lip. And then I just go back in with my blush brush, because sometimes when you put highlighter over blush, it kind of takes away from the blush. I'm just gonna, with no extra product on it, I'm just gonna go back in and go over where I put my blush before. So whatever excess, we'll just kind of bring it back. And then to finish off, I'm going to finish off with my eyes and eyebrows. The mascara that I've been using for like my literally whole life is the Rocket Mascara by Maybelline. And I always use waterproof mascara. I just like it better. I think apparently it's not as good for your lashes, but especially in the summertime, I don't want my mascara like transferring. So this mascara is really good. So I'm going to put on a few coats. To open up my eyes a little bit, I'm going to take some eyeliner. This is the NYX Wonder Pencil in Light. I think you can use this for like eyeliner, as a lip pencil, for anything really. So I'm just going to put it on my waterline. Okay, and lastly, my brows. I usually just do my brows last. I don't know why. Also, if I'm looking kind of like this way, it's because the viewfinder is right here. So I used to use the Benefit Give Me Brow, but I ran out of it, and I just got this NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Chocolate, and I really like it. So I'm just gonna comb over my brows with this. Last but not least, I take a setting spray. Every single day I use a setting spray, or else I just feel like not complete. I use the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I just spray it on. And I always shake it before. I never used to do that, but I do. And then I just spray it. One more time, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. See the difference that makes? Look. You want to make sure you curl them when they're completely dry, or else if they're kind of tacky, your eyelashes could rip out. So